Oh, fucking right. Here we finally are. We gotta stop by Best Buy on the way to this trip. I forgot my fucking SD card at home. But now we have a backup, so that's good comes out of that. This is a random kind of trip. I just thought of it. Dude, I've been talking about going to the Getty Villa for like forever. Been fantasizing it. Been saying how cool it was, and I never actually even been there. So that's exactly what we're gonna fucking do today. And good thing this was only 12 minutes away from the villa. Gonna get my ticket. I'll just walk up, see what's going on, and we'll get there and we'll see. We'll go from there. But finally, SD card secured, so the day is saved. It's amazing. Look where we have found ourselves. Quite the hill. Beautiful area here. It's funny to think a moment ago, I was feeling all over the place, thinking that my life was wrong, thinking that I was trapped, but in reality, I had what's funny, today, literally this day I had planned for so long, but I never did it. I was always pushing it to the side. I was always saying, when the time is right, when I have a weekend off, when I have good money, when I'm doing this, it's costing me too much. Oh, the drive's too far. I can't afford to do this. Oh, I'm broke right now, so I'm not gonna go out there. But all that was complete bullshit. And evidently from right now, maybe I just got in the car. Yeah, it's gonna cost me like a tank of gas, but I'm here now, and it's beautiful, and it's what I imagined it would be. What even caused me to get in that mind frame of kind of always staying to myself, never going out, being extra frugal, and just not enjoying as much as I could. It was always that mindset of what could have been. I was always thinking, no. Hey, no, you're fine. Don't worry about it. This is a beautiful view. I can't steal it from you guys. Gonna talk about the whole self-help industry and where we're headed. Us young guys are so, or just everyone in general, are so grateful to have all this information online, easily accessible, readily available. And I grew from it so much. I always thank the Lord for putting me in this time era with all this information, with all this people you can connect with through online. It's never been easier to learn things because everything is readily available online. Whatever you want to learn is out there, and it's amazing and it's great. But what also comes with it, also being an impressionable young man, is also, those other things that you're said are right, or the right way of life, or how to live life, or be like this equals this life. And I fell into that trap. For the longest time, 2 years, I was in that mindset of, I don't regret this. I'm thankful for it. I started off listening to Andrew Tate, and just everyone in the industry, Hamza and First Man, and all these people were great. And I'm thankful for them, and I wouldn't have it any other way, because it made me who I am today. I'm even in 1MI, which is First Man's private group, and it's a blast. I'm thankful for it. And there were a lot of positives I took from it, getting my life in order, stop chasing those short-term pleasures, and, seeing life in a longer time horizon and realizing that there was more to it than what you see as a youthful person, what you see in the movies, what you've seen from your parents. There's a different way of living that you can tap into, and you don't have to carry on with the norm or just do the things because everyone around you does them. So the internet is great. There's so much to take from it. There's so many amazing, great things, so many things you can learn. Business, whatever you strive to, you know, if you want to get better at sports, if you want to get better at the gym, you can learn that online. And that being said, it's just amazing. I'm not hating on any influencer. I'm not saying that everything is bad, but at least for me, what I took from it, I took everything to heart. You know, if I heard there was a way of living that was better in a different way, I would follow that immediately and I would implement it in my life. And as a result of that, I turned into kind of robotic, you know, thinking that I was doing the right thing. And I was never fulfilled. I was kind of chasing emptiness. Yes, you know, I was chasing the business, I was chasing the success, I was chasing the money, I was chasing the woman, I was chasing the pursuit, the fitness. I was chasing all of this and expecting it to make me feel a certain type of way, expecting an outcome from it. But there was nothing. It was my identity, it was my life. My pride and my sense of accomplishment came from success, whether it was in business, woman, life success, wins. That's what I look forward to most in life. And I kind of threw myself out of the picture. You know, the person I was before, I resented that guy. You know, that clown, that person who smoked weed all day, that person who just jerked off, that person who chased women, that person who just lived on his terms. I resented that self-image of myself for a while, and I had this negative view on myself. And it, you know, a lot of it, you can look at it on paper and it's justifiable, right? Like all these videos told us to, you know, stop wasting your life. You know, stop just doing nothing, you know, chase something, have a purpose, go after what you want. And, you know, it makes sense to me now, but at the time it's just like you're an impressionable young person and you just take everything to heart. And that's exactly what I did. You know, I changed my lifestyle overnight, left the friends that I had before, left the things I would do, completely changed my life over the span of 2 years, you know, and I did see a lot of amazing results. I did learn a lot of amazing things. I did do amazing things. You know, I was working in a business with a local investor, and you know, over the span of 2 years, he invested a lot of money into the operation we had going, and I was meeting with the right guys, speaking to the right guys, had great mentors, and it was going great. And fitness in the background was always pushing forward. You know, I was bulking, cutting. And that was basically my life for 2 years. I kind of threw everything else to the wayside. I wasn't perfect, but that's all I did. And I'm thankful for it because it got me to the point now. Although I wasn't fulfilled the whole time, I was always searching for more. I was always thinking when I accomplish these things, when I get the money, when the business gets success, when I reach my physique, that things were going to be okay. And then I got to a point where I realized that it wasn't even for me anymore. You know, I didn't feel the drive to go the business I was working in. I did not feel it in my heart. I did not want to pursue it. And which even caused this whole changing directions into fitness and following this, because this was a passion of mine ever since I was 17. I was always in the gym, was always trying to figure out how to make it easy, was always figuring out how to look better, how to get my dream physique. And I'm en route with that, and I'm still gonna do that. And I'm more in touch and aligned with myself, but also a giant lingering thing of the industry, of learning from other people, of having online mentors, still lays within inside of me. I still tie myself to my success, to what I've accomplished, to what am I doing. It all plays in my mind, and you know, sometimes I can't sleep right because I'm thinking, what if I don't become a success? What if this doesn't happen? What if I don't become a success at 20? Am I a failure? Am I on the right path? Oh, I messed up, so that must mean I'm a loser. And this was all playing in my head. Changing the angles there, my hand's giving up. I must be a pussy. No, I'm just lying. But kind of just letting that go and doing what I wanted to do. And I'm kind of in this whole, literally past 6 months, I've been learning to reconnect with myself. You know, thinking that, you know, that person I was before, that scared little kid, scrawny, weak kid that was scared of the world, he's still inside of me, but he's just a bigger he's just grown past that and he's on to bigger and better things, and I don't need to kill that person. I don't need to hide it away. I'm still that guy. I don't need to pretend to act a certain way. I don't need anything from the world because I have myself and I'm complete. And all I need to do here is follow my heart. What do I feel like? Today, I felt off. I did not feel like being home at all. And in this kind of trip, this day trip I planned, has been in the background for so long. And when I thought about it, you know, my heart drove me toward that. And it drove me to being here, speaking to this camera here and to you guys. And before, I would think about all the cons that came with it, how it was not going to relate to the mission I heard online, or it was going to be a waste of gas, it was going to be a waste of time. I was better off saving money, staying home and working. But working on what? This is my working. And I'm slowly coming in terms with that I love my life, I enjoy my life. All I got to do is follow my heart. And obviously, you got to work hard still. You got to get up when you don't want to. You got to work when you don't want to. You got to go to the gym when you don't want to. But that's part of it, right? We get to experience this hardness, this toughness. And mainly just living on my own terms. And yes, you know, I'm still going to learn. I'm not perfect. I'm not complete. I'm still going to learn from people. I'm still going to ask questions. I'm still going to grow. I'm still going to have failures. But to go on our own terms, we're all on our own journey. We're not that 20-year-old millionaire. We're not that 25-year-old success guy. We're not even a guru. We don't have to listen to anybody, but do what our heart truly desires. If you want to be a plumber and that's your dream, go for it. You know, if you really have a passion for plumbing systems and houses and whatever the fuck it is, go out and get it. Just because someone else says that sounds like a stupider idea, if there's no money there, fuck them and fuck that idea. Go with what you want to do. Go for what you want in life. Don't live by a set of rules that were made by other people. Because I've heard this quote before too. Just because someone put something in your head doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean you have to live by it. Even your own parents, even your own siblings, whatever they ingrained inside of you, if you don't think it's true, then it's not true. If you want to decide differently, then you can decide differently. You are the creator of your own life. If you have a brain, 2 arms, if you have a functioning body, even if you don't have a functioning body, if you have a functioning brain, you can decide what you want with your life. You don't have to follow anything that anybody else says. You can do whatever you want. You can drive across the country if you wanted to. If that's what your heart really desires, go for it. Now, I'm not saying now go to gamble all your money in the casino. Obviously, there's some common sense to this. You know, ideally, I'd want to drive a nice car, but I'm not going to go blow my whole fucking life savings. I don't have shit. But I'm not going to go rent a car that I can't afford, obviously, right? I'm not going to go lease a car that I know is going to be a pain in the ass, because at the end of the day, it doesn't relate to my mission right at this current moment. Yes, I do want it. Yes, it would be cool, but you got to follow your mission. And if you don't know that, then you got to seek to know that. And you probably do have a trace of it inside of you already. There are things that you really love doing. There are things that you're passionate about. There are things that you can talk about for days on end. Whether it's fucking Legos, video games, fitness, you can follow whatever. You can make money from wherever. And I'm gonna prove that with this whole channel and everything. This is what I love, and I'm gonna do it. And it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna question myself. I'm gonna want to just be dead sometimes, but that's part of it, and that's okay. You're allowed to feel that way. I'm broke as a joke. I'm solely isolated, don't really have many friends, don't have a girlfriend, don't have the life I want. I work at a retail store. I drive a car that's older than I am. I'm not the tallest, I'm not the most jacked, I'm not the best looking, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. You know, I'm not the most talented, I'm not the smartest, but I have a vision for my life and I'm following it, and that is everything to me. Doesn't matter who you are. you can go after what you want. You don't need permission from the world. You don't need to listen to false rules that were brought to that person by another person. You can create your own reality. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your starting point. You know, I was pretty fucked up, you know, emotionally. I didn't know how to express emotion. I'm still working on that. But I'm able to break out of it because I'm learning from the right people. I know my flaws, and I'm working on them, and that's everything. You know, that's a golden successful life to me. I don't need a six-pack abs. I don't need $1 billion. I don't need 1 million women. You know, I'm happy with myself, and obviously those things will come in result of it, of me being me. I don't need to be anyone else. I don't need to have anything that anyone else has to feel a certain type of way because I have myself. And it's a refreshing, alleviating feeling. There's no more pressure. The tension you felt before, the tension you felt before about not being who you think you are, not being who you are, it completely dissipates because I am who I am in this moment, and what I do today and tomorrow and the day after that is gonna build me into who I will be. And as long as I'm myself right now and today, I'm headed in the direction of being where I want to be and being my dream me. And I'm enjoying being me right now. You know, look at the big old smile on my face. But I love my life. I love myself. Obviously, I don't have the idea that I envisioned in my head. I'm not at the end point, but I'm enjoying the process and the journey. And I'm gonna follow my heart, and I'm gonna continue to do what I desire, and I'm gonna get what I want. It's okay to not be perfect, especially in this social media world. It's okay to not meet other people's standards. It's okay to not meet those influencer standards. It's okay to be broke. It's okay to not think you're enough, because at the end of the day, as long as you know and are certain of yourself, you're fine. There's nothing to hurt you. As long as you know, as long as you have a path and vision of your life, then you have success. As long as you stick with that and trust in it, you are successful. In my sense, you know, I was worried. I was questioning myself. I was wondering, why am I not this? You know, I'm not at this point that someone else said I had to be at. So I was considering myself a failure. You know, I wasn't getting results or success. So in my head, I was a failure. And I'm not a failure. Going back to earlier, everybody's on their own timeline. I'm here, you know, enjoying this beautiful view. And this is part of my time path. And despite what I hear, maybe I can do it quicker. Maybe I can say, fuck all of this, fuck being alive, and get what I want quicker, but then I won't be fulfilled. And yet, you know, there's some people out there that can work like dogs, or maybe they love work. Maybe they just can handle more. And if I'm not one of those people, then so be it, right? If it's gonna take me 5 years longer for my goals, then I can live with that. Because again, everybody's on their own timeline. You don't need to do anything because someone else said so. And kind of just reiterating back on that, you know, the social influence, we're super impressionable as young guys, and it's good. It gets us in the right direction, but at the end of the day, we have to figure out, why do we want it personally? How does it relate to our lives? Why do we want it so bad? What we think we will get from this? And these are great resources, and it's great resources. I could have asked for anything more, but at one point we got to start using our own head as well and figure out what we want. We can use guidelines, we can use foundations of other people, but it's our lives ultimately. An amazing thing I heard as well is just, if you have something on your thought at the top of your head, just do it. You know, I thought of this trip and I just took it. Got in my car, put on music, drove this whole way. Now I'm here, and I did it. Now it's checked off. So now it's like, what do I want to do next in life? I want to make this video. want to wake up tomorrow, get things sorted so that this trip next week can go smoothly. And it's just thinking with your own head, not living by other people's terms or what other people say. Doing what you want to do and being okay with it. Being okay with yourself, accepting yourself. It's okay to be however you are. It's okay to do things. It's okay to fail. It's okay to lose sometimes. You're not anything lesser for being a failure. You're not anything lesser for failing. You're not anything lesser for not accomplishing what you thought you would. You know, sometimes that's just the hand that you're dealt, and you got to work from there. And just ultimately live true to yourself. Who are you? Who are you? Take off the mask. It's tough because, you know, I'm experiencing, and the only reason I talk about that is because I'm experiencing all of this in real time. Realizing that I'm thankful for everything that I learned, that I was taught, all the people I've spoken to, where my life's headed right now. But now I am getting behind the wheel. Now I'm deciding whether I really want something or am I just listening to someone else say that they want it, which makes me want it. I'm still learning. I don't know it all, but I know what I want now, and I'm gonna go after it. So still follow the videos. Still, if you want to improve something, there's probably something online that shows you exactly how to improve it. Great. Go, learn it, implement it in your own life. Then just apply it to who you already are. You don't have to switch up characters. You don't have to be a different person. Simply just apply the principles of what you learned and apply them in your own way. And there's some things that maybe you want to know exactly, or maybe you want to learn exactly, maybe you want to ingrain them in yourself exactly because you genuinely like them. Great. If you want to go learn the piano, go learn from the best musician, from the best person you know, and apply everything they tell you because it's what you want. Stop listening to everything so blindly. Stop just believing things that you hear. Go figure them out for yourself. Apply what you learn. There's so many great creators, but you still got to apply everything they say. And this is me applying myself right now. Thankful for everyone I learned and I listened to growing up. And I'm still young. I'm still going to be influenced by other people, but I'm going to choose those influences. I'm going to choose who I associate myself. I'm going to choose who I am because it's my life. There's a certain way I want to live, so I'm going to live that way. I can sit here and ramble all day, but I guess just the clear message I'm just trying to get out is just follow who you are. You know who you are. That kid inside of you is still there. Allow him to come out. Be silly, be giggle. Whatever tendencies you had before, there's nothing is wrong, nothing is bad, nothing is good. Everything is what you make of it. If you want to be a sailor, go be a sailor. If you want to be an IFBB pro bodybuilder, go for it. The world is your oyster, and you're gonna learn things along the way. You still gotta apply yourself. You're still going to fuck up. You're still gonna fail, but it's all part of becoming who you want to be and who you are. And it's funny because even with this business here, I've switched directions so many times. I went from personal trainer to purely in fitness, and now I'm headed into like just talking about life. And I'm still gonna teach fitness. I'm still gonna do all of what I first started off to do. That was gonna be the foundation of everything. But you know, just documenting my progress along the way, showing everybody what's possible, and that you don't have to be constrained to what you believe and what you know, and the town you grew up in, and the people you've been around, your family, your friends that you've known. That the world you've known your whole life could be a life that you succumb to. It's not you. So you gotta like snap out of it and wake up. Everything you see online, it's great directioning, but it's not complete. It doesn't complete you, and that's where you complete you is only you can complete you. You know what you want. You know what you want to go after, so go after it. I don't want to ramble again. You know, I came out here for the specific reason of this. I had this in mind. I enjoyed the drive here. I enjoyed listening to music. I enjoyed being in my own thoughts. I enjoyed it mostly because my heart brought me here and because I wanted to be here, not because anybody said to go do this. I genuinely want to be here, so, and I hope that comes out with a camera. You know, I'm actually super passionate. There's not many things that I speak like this about, and you know, I'm so grateful for everything I learned online, and because it's ultimately made me who I am today. And I've grown from it, but now I'm my own person. And I'm gonna take things day by day, and I'm gonna show things along. And this is just to everyone, that showing that you can be your own person, and you're not gonna be perfect. I still probably said a bunch of shit here. I'm still using ums and ahs. You know, I don't look the best. My physique's not the best. Look at the dress though. Pretty fire dressing though, but pretty fire location. I still say silly things. I'm still pretty silly. I'm still kind of a kid, but that's okay. You know, I'm gonna grow from it. This is who I am right now, and I'm okay with that. This is the launch pad into who I will become in the future, and that's okay. Just figure out what you want in life. Learn from people who have already done it. Apply their principles to your life in the specific areas you want to learn in. And it's never been so much easily accessible, especially with the internet today. You can simply just type up what you want to learn it at a decent level, then you get advanced about it. You find someone who's advanced about it. Maybe you buy their course. Maybe it helps you speed run those learnings. If you wanted to learn to play guitar, find someone around you who's great at guitar, maybe even online, especially with the online market we have today, and you'll learn guitar one way or another. What you really want, go after it. With the internet, it's amazing. It's great. And we can kind of customize ourselves based on what we want to learn. You want to learn about women? Go read Corey Wayne's book. You want to learn about fitness? Watch me. I'll leave you guys off with this before I head home. It's gonna be a long drive. But choose what you want. Find people who understand it. Learn from them. Apply it to your own life. Follow your heart.